Now, before I start this story time, I need me a fire intro. I'm looking for somebody to make me a fire intro. So if you know somebody or you are somebody who can make me a fire intro, hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. Both will be in the description down below. Without further ado, let's start this story time. The way this all started, man, it started as a normal day. I was at school. I was at home. The day, it was like Sunday, the day before school, you know, Monday, people go back to school or whatever. It was that day, and I was talking to my homeboy. I ain't gonna say his name, just know he was my homeboy, almost like a brother to me. And I had this pocket knife, right? And he wanted to buy it off me. So, you know, we discussed all that. I said, yeah, you could buy it off me. And he was like, all right, blah, 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 bring it to school. So I brought it to school. He was in my 5th hour. That's the only class we had together. You know, so let's just fast forward to 5th hour. So 5th hour come, and then, you know, the deal's supposed to go down. He wanted to buy the pocket knife off me or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, blah, 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 got my money and junk. Yeah, and he was like, you better be careful. You don't want to get caught with that. And, you know, being the freaking god that I am, I'm thinking in my head, like, what was this boy talking to? I am invincible. I'm a freaking god. It was just me being stupid. It's like, it's nothing too much to the story, but it was just me being stupid, man. You know, as I said, I'm a freaking god. I'm invincible. I don't get in trouble, boy. I do what I want. So look, he was talking about, you better be careful. You don't want nobody to see that. They're gonna snitch on you, cause no offense, but I ain't trying to be racist or nothing, but white people is kind of snitches. I ain't racist or nothing. I like white girls, you know, my snow bunnies, you know. But yeah, he was like, look, you don't want to get caught with that. You gonna get in trouble, some big trouble. And I was like, yeah, whatever, bro. And he was, you know, he kept saying it over, you know, like, for real, like, be careful. I ain't trying to get caught. Like, he had brought a pocket knife to school that same day too. So look, you know, as I said, I'm invincible. I'm a freaking god, nigga. I do what I want, when I want, how I want, boy. So look, man, after he repeatedly told me over and over, you don't want to get in trouble. Look, I was pulling the pocket knife out my pocket to give it to him, right? Yep, we was doing the in class, but we sat in the back, and the teacher was like in the front right corner. So, you know, she could barely see what we was doing. So, you know, I'm being careless or whatever. I'm thinking, oh yeah, ain't nobody gonna see us or whatever. I'm being careless. And look, I dropped the knife on the floor. I drop it on the floor. And when I dropped this boy on the floor, they must have super shined the floor them days, cause that boy slid all across the floor. All across the floor. It just went across the whole classroom like it was freaking ice on the floor. So look, when that boy slid across the floor, it just happened to get in the teacher's sight. And that day it was a substitute teacher too. So what happened to get in the teacher's sight? She went and picked, I guess she knew it was me. I mean, like, I'm a god, clearly. Of course she know it was me. My freaking powers is over 9,000. Of course she gonna freaking sense my freaking malice or whatever. I don't know, bro. But look, and she picked it up and she looked at me in front of the whole class. She said, you in big trouble. And I was like, oh man, I'm in some deep shit, you feel me? She called the principal, right? So look, the principal came, got me from the classroom. We was walking to the office. He had the pocket knife and he was like, what's wrong with you? So first of all, like, I don't know who he was talking to. That just made me mad off rip, talk about what's wrong with you. I'm like, I'm in my head like, boy, what's wrong with you? Who are you talking to? Like, you're not talking to me. You feel me? But look, I wasn't gonna say all that because it was just gonna be worse in my case. So I was just like, I don't know. He was like, you bringing knives to gunfights now? You don't want to do that. I've been in that position before. It don't end out well. I'm like, what? I'm not in no knife or gunfight, boy. I'm selling that boy. Like, what's wrong with you, man? Like, is you drunk? So look, man, we got to the office, right? He called up my auntie or whatever, because I live with my auntie. He called her up. He like, blah, blah, blah. I need you to come pick him up. He brought a knife to school, blah, 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 blase, blase, all that. She come up to the school. Man, I'm sitting back in the principal office. She come up to the school, and I just know she here, cause I hear her footsteps and I feel her rage. You know, I'm a god. Everything is clear to me. And I just feel her rage, man. I just feel her rage storming towards the principal office. I hear him talking to her. I'm like, oh man, it's the I'm done for. Ain't no coming back from this. You feel me? I was prepared. I was ready to die. I was ready to die, man. So look, my auntie got in the office, bro, and just started smacking me up. And the principal, man, he was just sitting there. He wasn't even worried about me. Dang, I was losing my life. And that man was just sitting there. He wasn't even worried about me, bro. He was just worried about, you know, getting paid, doing his job, getting a thug like me off the streets, bro. But, you know, I'm getting pieced up in the office. He's just sitting there, man. And, you know, we go over everything. And he talk about we have to have a meeting with the school board, blah, blah, blah. He said, I can either recommend that he don't get expelled or he do get expelled. And he said, I recommend that he do get expelled. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. Then you really hating on me because I'm a freaking god. So they gave us the date we were supposed to meet up with the school board or whatever. So then after that, we on the way home. And on the way home, we was silent. It was nothing said. Nothing done, bruh. We was just in the car, silent. And then on the way home, I mean, not on the way home. When we got home, you know what she said? She said, go in your room. Bruh. In that fact, I know I was gonna get pieced out. I don't get whoopings, bro. I get punched, bruh. I get punched. So look, after that, I already knew what the deal was. I was finna get dropped. Call me pretty boy Fredo. I was finna get dropped. So we at home. She come in. She pieced me up. She do her thing, bruh. And then, you know, the days come. The days go by. And then here come the date that we have to meet up with the school board or whatever. So I was in my head. I was like, I'm gonna act like I didn't know what I was doing. I'm gonna act sad so they can forgive me or whatever. So we go up to the school board. We do the meeting. They was like, are you scared or something? I was like, yeah. I was scared that I was gonna get hurt on the way home that day. Bullshit or whatever, you know. But that's what I said. I was trying to seem soft, so they, you know, do nothing too bad to me. And then, so you know, the meeting was over. We had went home, and they were supposed to let us know afterwards whether or not I'm expelled or not. So a couple days later, my auntie got a phone call. I'm in my room. I'm chilling because she forgave me because, you know, some time passed. But I'm in my room chilling. And, you know, she put that junk on speaker when the school board called, and it was like, we have expelled Jaden. And the rage in her eyes said it all. The rage in her eyes, it was no coming back. I said there was no going back before. There's no going back now. My funeral, we had planned my funeral, you know. We sent out invitations to the funeral. We had the service ready. They had the food cooked what they was gonna have there. And it was about to go down.